Hi, this is Mike Bonfrisco, and welcome to this episode of 2 Minutes with Mike. Today I'm going to be talking about investing and diversification. The other day I was cleaning out my home and I came across a napkin actually from a bar that I used to go to with my buddies. And on it was written a bet that I made with my buddy Paul. It was funny because I had forgotten about this bet, but it was interesting to catch up with him and talk to him about it. We had both agreed to make this bet of $1,000 on what we thought the future was going to be with investing. And so Paul, he's a smart guy, and he had a theory that gold was going to be the future, and that all these electronics companies and technology companies, they were going to need gold as components inside of their equipment. And so he very logically said, demand is going to be high and the supply isn't going to go up. That made a lot of sense. And so he thought that gold would be the good play. But I wasn't as convinced, because there was always something that might not play out exactly as even good ideas tell us. So my idea was to invest the money in companies. See, the companies would figure out how to make a profit. And if the companies needed gold, they certainly would get it. But the companies would deliver the profit, not the gold. And furthermore, I didn't want to pick any one company, because companies sometimes fail. So I wanted to spread that money out over many companies. That's an idea we call diversification. See, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. So what I did was I took my $1,000 and I put it into the S&P 500. Now the S&P 500 is the 500 biggest companies in America. And so some of them did great over the 25 years, some of them did mediocre, and some of them are actually out of business. But it didn't matter to me because I was spread out over many, many bets. Let's see what happened. So I called Paul up and we had some laughs about the bet, and I checked in with him, and he actually had sold the gold sometime before the 25 years, but we were able to figure out that had he invested that $1,000 in gold back in 1993, it would be worth $3,391. My investment in the S&P 500 back in 1993 would be worth $9,870. Interestingly, almost exactly 3 times better. What's worse was that the gold fluctuated drastically during that period of time. So there's many times when he was actually underwater with his gold investment. We see this pattern happen over and over again. When we're an investor, we want to invest in many things so that we're hedging our risk. We also want to make sure that we have our investments in companies. Those are stocks or equities, because stocks and equities are going to drive our returns. Well, thanks for joining me for this episode of 2 Minutes with Mike. Stay tuned for the next episode, coming soon.